Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us this afternoon for a presentation from Cedia entitled Grow Your Business to Include Smart Home Technology with Cedia. I hope you're all doing well today. Hopefully you've had some good insights already as part of the ECN live show. So I'm going to start with who is Cedia. Cedia was founded in 1989 by a group of professionals dedicated to setting up the up-and-coming electronic systems industry. Their vision was to create a more formal industry for residential technology integrators, provide a leading resource, promote commerce within the industry, offer training and an aid to help grow the industry and formalize the job that at the time was really considered a hobby. And over the last 32 years, Cedia has become recognized as a universal mark of professionalism for the integration industry. We've evolved from being an event-centric industry to meet the needs of now over 3,500 members on a truly global scale, with members in 77 countries. From a UK perspective, we have over 700 members, 500 of whom are integration businesses. So they are the guys who are in properties, on sites, working for clients, installing and integrating technology. We've continued to advance the industry by producing education and certification, research initiatives. We recognise the achievements of members through our awards programme and other elevating programmes, and also to create and develop a community among members and brands in the space and build relationships between those and other industry partners. So what we're going to look at today is, what is the integration industry? Why does it matter to you guys? And also really what's in it for you, and how we can help you make that transition or add integration to your business portfolio, and how we can help you have long-term success there. So some of these companies you'll know and others you may not. These are all pretty big brands in our space. So from electrical suppliers covering lighting, heating, sensorization, HVAC, more. Like ABB and Theban, names you may well be familiar with, to household entertainment names in the consumer electronics space like Samsung and Sonos and LG, and then specialist custom integration manufacturers, so Crestron and Control4 and Lutron, who you may not know, who provide more specialist control platforms and products. There are a large number of businesses in our space spanning a wide range of product verticals. So you might ask, what's in it for me? Well, this industry is growing and booming, and there's a great opportunity for electricians to diversify their product portfolio, add another string to your bow, and really jump into this industry while it's growing. So in 2020, the home technology market, the smart home market, was forecast at £3.5 billion. And by 2023, the expectation is that grows to 5.5 billion. So some really significant growth in just a 3-year period. There are statistics out there at the moment that say 25% of homes contain smart devices, and that doesn't include smart TVs. When you do, that rises to 57%. So you can start to see this technology is everywhere now. 40% of UK adults use smart technology to control their television. A third use smart technology to control their music. And 1 in 6 now are using smart technology to perform remote tasks like setting the heating or security systems, or checking a video doorbell whilst they're not at the property. So all in all, the opportunities are absolutely booming in this market. It's a fast-growing sector that is not slowing down. And as an electrician, you already have a foot in the door. You're already on residential sites. You're already specifying and providing services that are very similar, parallel to the smart home technology market. So If this isn't something you're doing already, there's a great opportunity here to offer more. So what do integrators do? This image gives you an overview of the various sort of systems that make up an integrated home. Some integrated homes could be one or two of these. Some could be all of them, and perhaps more as the industry continues to evolve and new technology arrives. But the real key to an integrated home is making all of these different services and systems work together under one platform that's easy to use for the homeowner. That really is the magic of integration, and that is where the professionally integrated home really makes technology come alive. So we're going to dive into some of those systems and services now. The key to everything that's done in integrated home is the infrastructure. In all cases, getting the wiring infrastructure right is key. The most expensive mistake you'll make is not putting the right cabling in for everything to work afterwards. So, as I'm sure you guys are familiar, you know, infrastructure really is the backbone of a good system. This allows you to do things like integrate audio and video services in a central place to tidy up the satellite spaces within the home. You know, for example, you no longer would need a skybox necessarily at every single television location, or having to have DVD players at every television you might want to watch a particular movie. The other thing that's really important with infrastructure is guaranteeing a strong network. A robust network is pretty much fundamental to all smart technology working correctly. And anything we can do at the build stage to make sure this happens is vitally important. Something that you may have asked, or you may be thinking right now, is I thought everything was done wirelessly with technology. The short answer to that is it's not. Wi-Fi, of course, is a really important component of any home technology system, but it isn't truly wireless. For a Wi-Fi system to work really effectively, we want to make sure that the coverage across the entire property is strong, and that involves wiring together wireless access points. We also want to make sure that really data-hungry devices are not hogging the Wi-Fi, and really use wireless internet for devices that are wireless. Of course, we want to make sure that a mobile phone or a laptop has a fantastic signal when you're working or playing or using that device. But we don't need to run a TV using Wi-Fi just because it can. If we can put a cable in and make sure that that device is effective on its own, then we absolutely should. Integrators have a really strong understanding of how Wi-Fi works, how to optimize it, and when to implement it, and ultimately create a really powerful network for the homeowner. So something I'm sure a lot of you are already familiar with is lighting. Lighting makes up an integral part of a home technology integrator's portfolio too. And light and shade are really important tools for us to create atmosphere within the home. Of course, privacy and security are really important. You know, we want to light up outside spaces. We want to have blinds to produce privacy where we want that. And we also want to create comfort, you know, reducing glare in certain rooms if it's a home office, for example. And what home integration allows you to do is take those lights, take those shades, and have them easily controllable. So you can have a setting that you're working, and maybe there's a sensor at the window in your office that makes sure if the glare's coming in, there's too much sunlight, that the blind might move down, or that the lighting in the room is bright enough for you to be able to work comfortably. And a really, really important part of this is scene setting. So rather than having to control lights in a traditional manner, the home integration gives you the opportunity to control those lights in a more scene setting fashion. So we're always looking at ways that we can, at the click of a button, have the entire scene change. And from this current slide, you'll see if we were to press a single button on the wall to take us from a very bright scene for maybe as we're coming into the room, So once we're settling down to watch some television or a movie, we can immediately change the entire scene at the click of one button on the wall or one single voice command. And that really is the power of home integration. Energy management is incredibly important. Being able to integrate systems such as HVAC and heating and cooling systems holistically allows us to have control of energy usage, ultimately control of spending, making sure the systems are running really efficiently. And when you start to combine those systems with things like occupancy sensors to see if people are in certain rooms or in the property at all, the home starts to become really smart in managing all of that energy. And again, we can bring that into the same single platform to make the system really easy to use for the homeowner. Security is becoming more and more important in every home, and CCTV and intruder alarms are another thing that we can integrate into a system. So cameras are much smaller these days, they're easy to hide, they can be discreet, and they are able to talk back to the rest of the system. Brands like Nest produce great thermostats, smoke and heat alarms, carbon monoxide signals, all of which can come back to your phone for you to have those notifications wherever you are, either in or outside of the property. Worth noting here that not all home integrators are alarm experts, and you can always work with a specialist to install the products and then make sure that they work together with the rest of the system afterwards. That's really the integrator's role. And of course, access control, door entry systems, intercoms, video doorbells like Ring are becoming more and more prolific. And having those as part of a wider system is really important. Entertainment is something that's always been central to home technology and has really been part of the integration business since the beginning. And that could be anything from dedicated spaces to convertible spaces to simply being able to listen and watch your content wherever you want to. Audio and video everywhere is a huge part of modern living. You know, through services like Alexa and Sonos and Spotify, or video services like Apple TV and Netflix, the expectation that people can watch and listen to their content wherever they want is only growing. Having those systems all together so they're easy to control and easy to use and not invasive into the property is a really strong benefit of home integration. There's a number of different speaker and screen brands and products within the space, you know, from in-room to on-wall or in-ceiling speakers to hidden behind the plaster speakers. There's a huge variety of options that help you provide a solution exactly that your clients are looking for. And of course, there's dedicated entertainment rooms. People love movies, people love the cinema, and people love stories. So this is something we're seeing huge growth in, particularly through the COVID pandemic, as cinemas are closed and people still want that really atmospheric, immersive experience. We're seeing huge demand for dedicated entertainment spaces. These, of course, don't have to be huge spaces. The footprint of a single garage conversion is enough space to put a small cinema in for 3 to 4 people. So it's important to think that this is not necessarily out of the reach of every client, and we're certainly seeing more and more demand at that level. So what I'm going to show you now is a couple of examples of what is not good home integration. We like to use the terms wall acne and app acne. As I said early on, the whole entire premise of home integration is that this is an easy to use system that is not invasive, and it allows the home to work for the homeowner rather than the homeowner having to drive the home. And wall acne is something we really want to avoid. You know, a number of different switches, often ugly to control various different systems, quickly becomes confusing as you build more and more technology into that system. There's an example here with a thermostat controls, an AV controls, a light switch, maybe there's other switches as well. We want to take all of those off the wall and come up with a really elegant solution that doesn't create this problem just because the technology is there. And we see a similar thing. I'm sure everybody, if you look down at your phone now, the number of apps that are there, the banks and banks of icons that we have to deal with and scroll through and navigate in order to control the systems that we want can be really overwhelming. And this is just as bad as the wall acne. It's just as bad a user experience, and it's exactly what we want to avoid. And the alternative is integration. So we're trying to create a system that is really simple to use, that's not confusing, that anybody can pick up, and it work really intuitively. And this could be on any scale. So it may just be a couple of devices and some voice control. Alexa, play my music in the kitchen. And having those devices all integrated on the network and into the system makes it that simple. Or it could be a huge range of technology across the whole house. A magic button by the front door that's labeled going out, and it turns your climate control to a hibernating level. It ensures all your security is activated. It checks that your doors and windows are all shut. It turns the lights off and the appliances off throughout the home and gets that home ready for you not being there. The solution overall is the same. Make the home really easy to use for the client and make it work for the client. So that gives you an overview of what is integration, and hopefully kind of whets your appetite for how you might be able to start offering it as part of your business. And I just want to talk a little bit now about how we can help you succeed. So as I said, Cedia is the global organization to support this industry, and we have a number of products and services designed to help businesses coming into the space to understand the fundamentals, how to make this stuff happen, and to continue your growth as a business in the long term. A great starting point is certification. So Cedia has produced a range of certifications that really give you a way to credibly demonstrate your knowledge and skills in the integration space. It's a great badge to be able to put on your marketing material and to share with clients to show you know what you're doing. And it's a great way to elevate yourself and any staff that you might have and really demonstrate their skills and abilities. We have a range of certifications from foundational right up to specialists like systems designers and networking specialists as well. So there's something there to suit everybody both now and as they continue their professional journey. And in support of certifications, we have a range of training both in person and online. So we have a dedicated training facility in St. Neots where you can come and get hands-on with the kit, practice those skills, and really hone the craft of home integration. We also take some of that training on the road to events like our regional tech summits, Integrated Systems Europe, a European exhibition for the space, and Cedia Expo in the US. And it's a great opportunity to put into practice some of the theory and skills that you can learn in the classroom or online. And we have Cedia Academy, which is our dedicated online learning platform. It's really easy to use. It's been launched about a year now, and it has a fantastic range of content there. Everything from foundational to very specific deep dives into particular areas of the business that you may want to learn more about. There's brand new course material coming there all the time, and I would definitely recommend that you check it out at cediaacademy.net. If you're not ready to dive into all of this yourself right now and you are looking to grow your team, we're really proud to have launched the Smart Home Apprenticeship scheme earlier this year. So you can now take on an apprentice and have them go through a dedicated smart home technician apprenticeship that will give them all of the skills that they need to start up in this area and be able to bring those skills to your business. So if you're familiar with apprenticeships, if it's a program that you found has worked for you in the past, this is a great way to add a new string to your business without having to dive into it yourself. If you know, you're at capacity, your businesses are doing really well already and you're busy. We also have a range of resources from white papers, standards and best practice documents for you to be able to work to. We also have market research to help you size the market and understand the prospects and opportunities, as well as textbooks and technical manuals. We have a magazine and some predictions from our Tech Council, which is a group of experts looking to better understand what's coming next and keep you ahead of the curve. I mentioned our regional tech summits briefly before, but these are a great opportunity for you to dive into the industry, meet some people, ask some questions. As a whole, the home integration industry is a really open and forthcoming community. And if you have questions to ask, you'll get real honest answers, and people will be able to help you on that journey. There's a really strong sense of community that you can dive into. Tech summits are completely free to attend. You don't have to be a member or part of the association, so anybody can come along. We do provide a free lunch as well, and check out cedia.net/tech summits, where our dates will be announced for this autumn very shortly. It's a great way for you to come and meet some brands, see some products hands-on, and really get a feel for what the industry is about. We do have a dedicated career centre, which if you're looking to grow your team or you're looking to transition into another business in this space, could be a great resource as well. So apprenticeship posts are free, and it's free to upload a profile there as a job seeker. So this is definitely something that I recommend looking into. And we also have a quarterly magazine dedicated to the industry. So with both industry and association news, as well as upcoming technology information, this is a great way to stay ahead of the curve. You can sign up for free and we'll mail this out to you. It's also available digitally through the website as well. And if you don't have time to sit down and dive into a magazine, we do have a podcast. This is great to be able to, digest some of the content, keep up with what's going on while you're out in the van, while you're between jobs. Our episodes drop weekly on a Friday. They're obviously free to stream everywhere that you would expect to find your podcasts. So if podcasts are something that you're into, or you want to just take a dive into what's going on in the industry, check ours out. Just search the Cedia podcast. So that brings me to the end of my presentation. Thank you everybody for listening. Hopefully you'll take away from this a better understanding of what the possibilities are with technology integration in the home, and hopefully it's got your brains working, getting some ideas going of how you could maybe implement some of this into your business. If that's something that you do think you'd like to do, I really hope you've seen some things here that Cedia can offer to help you on your journey, both at the beginning and more long term. If you've got questions, please reach out to us. There's email address here, and also by phone. We've got a great dedicated team that can give you more information and help you get started on your journey, point you in the right direction of the tools and resources that'll be really effective for you. And also check us out on social media. We're constantly updating there in terms of what's going on, both within the industry, within the technology, and what we're offering as an association. So it's a great way to keep up to speed with everything that's happening. All there is left to say is I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy the weekend that's upcoming. As I say, don't hesitate to reach out, and thanks again for listening. Bye-bye.